How women voters react to the former president's hush money trial will be of particular interest to a campaign that's lost that vote by double digits the past two presidential elections. Our Randy Kay recently sat down with undecided Republican, Democratic, and independent women voters in North Carolina, which the former president narrowly won in 2020. It's part of 360's continuing series, The 53%, which is the average proportion of women voters in presidential elections since 2000. Here's Randy's report.
I was like, come on
over.
Would you like a plate? Come on, girl. Thanks for putting us together. It's not the catch and kill that's the issue. It's the cover-up that's the worst part. You know, it's the devil's in the cover-up.
Well, let's put it this way.
The accountant in me said, the numbers don't add up. Okay? The math is not mathing.
He completely sees himself as Teflon. Like he does, nothing sticks to him. And I'm really nervous that he's starting to look like he's right.
One of these is going to have to take him down. I just can't see how you slither out of 90 plus charges.
How many of you believe that Trump should be on trial for this? Raise your hand. All of you.
There is not only smoke, there is fire.
How many times can you say it's a witch hunt? I'm personally tired of hearing it.
So if he's misappropriating campaign funds or, election funds, then yeah, he needs to be prosecuted.
If we have one person who is above the law, then what is the purpose of the law? Your accountant wrote it down, recorded it. You got witnesses who said you did it.
It's not about who he's paying and what he's paying for.
That's the inequality even in this story, because the porn star, we're characterizing and castigating the women. They were doing a job.
So prosecutors say that Trump has violated his gag order, attacking prosecutors, witnesses, jurors. Does any of this surprise you?
This person has something more powerful than money. He has an audience. He has a rabid audience that is very willing to do whatever they want. So then, does even $1,000 per violation or, going to jail for any period of time, is that enough given his influence?
He's going to have to go to solitary because Secret Service cannot
protect
him in general population.
I don't care. Put him under the jail. Put him in solitary. We do not shriek from putting other inmates in solitary confinement.
That's what
Put
you'd have
him
to
there and shut up. He can talk to the walls. He can talk to the rats. I don't care.
When it comes to your president, do ethics matter?
Yes.
The leadership of the free world? Yeah, ethics matter. Of course they matter.
He doesn't care about his
He doesn't
family.
care at
He doesn't care about anyone except himself.
Some of those stories might have deterred some of that electorate from actually voting for him, especially for the far right side of the Republican Party.
None of Trump's family has been in court with him to show support, including his wife, Melania.
I think she did her duty when she served 4 years. And that was her serving 4 years. She did not sign up to serve no trial.
She's going to be criticized for not showing up. She's going to be criticized for showing up. And if it were me, I'd take the bullet on not showing up.
When he was in office, she had no choice but to be present. Now she has a choice to say, I don't need to be part of it.
If Trump is convicted in this hush money case, would any of you still consider voting for him?
Convicted? No.
Not if convicted. How do you allow then to have somebody do an executive order when they've been convicted of a crime?
Right. If you break the law and it's been proven, how can you dictate law?
If you break the law as an attorney, your license is taken.
Ultimately, is a public servant. So if you are going to be paying people hush money, tell me how we can trust you with the highest office in this country.
But aside from that, it's how do you enforce any punishment that he's given? If the punishment is jail, the argument is going to be, but
we still have Alcatraz.
Look,
We have Guantanamo Bay. Well, Guantanamo Bay is
still there.
those places he could go.
And then could we have a sitting president who's technically supposed to be sitting in jail?
Right.
That also worries me.
I'm praying for a third party at this point.
Randy, did the women in your group have thoughts on the witnesses in the trial so far?
Yeah, they did, Anderson. We talked to them about David Pecker, the former publisher of the National Enquirer, and He's the one who took the immunity deal, as you know, and then was the first witness for the prosecution. And they felt that even though he had taken the immunity deal, he was a credible witness. And we did have 2 women who are lawyers in our group. I also talked to them, Anderson, about their concerns about what might happen if Donald Trump is convicted in this case. And they do have real concerns that it would just ignite his base, reignite his base, really, and that they would see this as a baseless conviction if that does happen. And then that would just be another reason that they would say that was another attempt at stealing the election. So they have real concerns about that, Anderson. But you could hear how really disgusted they are with Donald Trump. And there were 2 women in our group who had voted for Donald Trump. So they are undecided, but certainly very turned off by Donald Trump and very concerned about what might happen in this trial if he's convicted, and also concerned about his role in this whole scheme, Anderson.